I know what you're thinking. Holy shit, it's an album reaction video. Not done one of these in a while. I know, I'm sorry, but couldn't be arsed. Had COVID, did a few things, been busy, travelling, petrol crisis and all that shit. Well, petrol crisis wasn't a crisis, but because of the media, it turned into a petrol crisis. Anyway, back now. Let's go back to another band that I used to listen to a lot, but I kind of stopped. That is Arctic Monkeys. Absolutely loved their first album, Favourite Worst Nightmare. No. Absolutely loved their first album, Whether People Say That's What I'm Not. I enjoyed Favourite Worst Nightmare. It had a crisper production. Wasn't quite as exciting as the first album, but still, decent album. Then these two, I'm not sure the order. Was it Humbug first? And then Suck It and See? Either way, nowhere near as good as the previous albums. They had their moments, but overall, kind of dull, lifeless to me. So yeah, that's when I stopped listening to Arctic Monkey albums. So that brings us to AM, which I think is their 2013 album, which I never listened to. I've heard songs, obviously. You can't really avoid them. But yeah, I've never listened to the whole album as it is. So I'm going to do that today. Let's find out. Is it any good? So, very first song, Do I Want to Know? Obviously, I've heard this song a million times before. Pubs, clubs, everybody plays it. But let's quickly go through it anyhow. Calling back to you. You had a few. So yeah, that was Do I Want to Know? Yeah, really good song. Heard it 1,000 times before. What can I say about it? Compared to like previous albums, it's a lot more stripped back. It's a lot more, with this song in particular, this one's a lot more hip-hop orientated. Has that steady rhythm, has that fat bass line, has that cool drum beat. With the chorus, you then get that hard rock riff that comes in, and the backing vocals. Yeah, really good song. Chilled, but yeah, gets you in the mood to party. So yeah, love that song anyway. Is it the best song? No. I think there's better songs out there that they've done, especially from the first album, but this one's a really good introduction to the album. Let's hope they keep it going. Okay, song number 2 is Are You Mine? I'm sure this is another one that I've heard. I definitely recognise the title. I can't think of how it goes at the moment, so let's just jump straight into it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember this one. Yeah, it's very similar sounding in terms of chorus to Why Do You Only Call Me When You're High. I think that's why it blends in, and I can't remember it as much, but it has its own merits. In the verses are pretty well written. Has a nice rhyme scheme. Definitely get that hip hop. What's the word? Hip hop influence. Is influence the word? No. I don't know. Fuck it. I like that little dual guitar kind of solo, I guess. Bit's too short though. Wanted a bit more of that. Okay, so that one was all right. It was okay. Nothing terrible, nothing amazing. Just kind of in the middle, you know. I wouldn't turn it off if it came on, but I wouldn't like seek out and listen to that song, especially in their discography. They've got much better songs out there. But yeah, it was all right, listenable. Had its moments, but kind of would blend in. Really, feel like a bit of filler maybe. Do I Want to Know is definitely a better song. Anyway, next song is One for the Road. I've not heard the song, so fresh listen. Let's go. Oh, I felt like I could have had a really good build that went somewhere, and it didn't. No. For a moment, I was like, oh, I might choose to get something entertaining in this one, but you know, the build up, dun, 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 I don't think I'm going to get that. Okay, I was ready to write that song off completely, but I think that last 40 seconds, I think that saved it. I was waiting for that to happen earlier on. Bit of a tease, and then it almost did it, and then went to something else that wasn't as good. So I thought, right, it's done, it's just going to repeat again, and that'll be it. But then at the end there, we got that nice little guitar solo, kept the rhythm up, it built, and the build stayed with it and continued. So, yeah, it saved it. Just by the skin of its teeth, that was an alright song. Okay, next song is Arabella. Again, I don't think I've heard this one, so first time reaction. A lot of drum machines used in this album so far. Don't get me wrong, it can be alright, but they're very samey. They're all blending in with each other. You know, it's nice to have a bit of variety. You know, kind of the same tempo as well. Just like, hey, let's go with a bloody default standard hip hop beat. Because it seems to be the backbone of every song so far. That was more of a teaser guitar solo than an actual guitar solo. Far too short. Far too short. Overall, yeah, song was pretty good actually. Probably on par with Are You Mine. Had its moments, but yeah, again, I'm not sure if it's going to be memorable. I'm kind of listening to the lyrics, I'm like, have I heard this song before and I've just forgotten? That might be the case. Especially with all the references to like 70s stuff like Arabella and Helter Skelter. And now almost took me out the song because mentioned Helter Skelter, I'm just thinking of the song Helter Skelter, which is far better than this song. Then again, it is the Beatles, it's hard to really compete. Shout out to all those who are going to say, the Beatles fucking suck, that makes me unique. Fuck off. Anyway, still, yeah, pretty decent. You know, kept me entertained throughout. You know, I didn't skip it. I haven't skipped a song yet. So, it's doing okay. Still don't see it as being this fantastic album that it sounds like it's supposed to be. At least from the critics, anyway. But, still time yet. I've only heard 4 songs. The song number 5 is I Want It All. I want it all, and I want it now. It's not going to be that, obviously. I know it's not one of their songs, but it sounds like a Zootons style song. Do you remember the Zootons? No? Have you heard the song Valerie? You know, the Amy Winehouse song? It's not her song, it was a Zootons song. Look it up. So at least it's a bit of a change, you know, it's not just straight away generic drum beat with a bass line. So, it's a good start anyway. Okay, it's less Zootons and more Black Keys. Okay, so that song started off different. I thought it could have been a good different, but instead went a bit downhill. That sounded like I don't know, it didn't sound like Arctic Monkeys. It sounded like a mediocre Black Keys song. There were moments that it was enjoyable, some of the riffs were good. That's probably about it. To be honest, the riffs and maybe some of the guitar solos. I did not like that, whatever the fuck he was doing. Show up thing. That sub-chorus shit. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever listen to that song again. That's a skippable one if I've ever heard. That is definitely filler. That's a filler track. Okay, next track is called Number 1 Party Anthem. Somehow I doubt that. Not from the tone of this album so far. It's been very subdued and melancholy. One of those too cool for school kind of vibes. So it's like minimum effort, vocally at least. Like, compared to their first album, the amount of raw energy and passion that was in Alex Turner's voice, I'm not getting any of that in this. He's got some good harmonies now and then, but apart from that... So is this going to be one of those ironic songs? Number one Party Anthem, it's going to be a depressing, slow piece of shit. Don't know. Let's find out. Never touch party like a piano. Right, so it was the latter, an ironic title. Okay. Is it good though? Nothing's caught my attention yet, really. Is it well written? Yeah. Alex Turner is still a good songwriter. Has it got anything else going for it? Melody's pretty simple. At least for now. Maybe there'll be a build up to something. I don't know. Or maybe it's just a little simple ballad in the middle of the album. God, it's bucketing it down again. Oh, that doesn't affect my audio. Anyway, let's keep going. Excuse me, I got distracted then. Started to clear my radiator. Yeah, clearing my radiator was more enjoyable than listening to that song. Yeah, okay, I can see what kind of song they were going for, but they didn't pull it off. Not in my opinion anyway, that was very boring. Very boring and very forgettable. I'm going to forget that song within a moment, so I better quickly talk about how fucking horrendous that was. Okay. Melody, done to death. I've heard that from fucking nursery rhymes. My son listens to music that has that fucking melody in. It's not creative at all. It sounds like fucking high school prom. That kind of sound. Let's do the slow dance by this shitty local band. Let's go. No one wants to hear this. Like, irony will only get you so far. Okay, number one Party Anthem, then you do a really fucking shitty slow song. Okay. Ha ha ha. But 4 minutes and 4 seconds of it? No. Make it 30 seconds. Make it a little interlude. Ha ha ha. Done. Get it over with. Next song. Okay, song number 7 is called Mad Sounds. Again, not heard this one. It started playing without me telling it to. That's mad. God, it's really bucketing it down. Sorry, the weather's distracting me. This album's a bit... at the moment. Maybe this will turn it around. Come on, Mad Sounds. Come on. Let's see how mad they can get. Ugh. It's too early in the day for this album. Oh, God, this is painful. And they're literally doing what I asked for not too long ago. I was like, stop with the generic hip-hop drum beats and fat bass lines and do something a bit different. Well, they've done that and it's worse. It's much worse. It's just really boring. Ah, this is hard to sit through. Like, I know the last album, Casino Hotel Fucker, it's supposed to be pretty bad if you're like old school Arctic Monkeys fan. But I thought this one was at least supposed to be really good. Different, but really good. No. So far, the first song's the only really good song. The rest are either okay or not good or shit. And this has fallen in the shit category very quickly. And it's not because it's slow. You know, it can be slow. I can listen to slow stuff. I like Radiohead. I've listened to Coldplay. You know, I like Bowie, Beach Boys, all sorts. Neil Young. But there's just something diabolically boring about this so far. It's a nosedive so quickly. This album sounds this song sounds nothing like the first two songs at all. I would not guess they were in the same fucking album. I'm not even sure what the theme of this album is. Where are we? Let's keep going. I have an example of this sound that'll make me get up and dance. This makes me want to get up and drink. And then go to sleep. I'm drunk and stupid. Man, it's really wet out there. There's been a whole lot of ooh la la las. Definitely a 70s theme with half of these songs. Yeah, that was Mad Sounds. All I can remember is ooh la la la. And that wasn't even the bloody melody to it. That was almost ooh la 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 la, I love you baby. Yeah, it was ooh la la. Oh, I've forgotten already. That forgettable. I've literally just forgotten the song I listened to. Oh. God. It's really wet out there. I wish I had a blind there so I can, cover it. It really is distracting me from this snorefest of an album, but we will keep going. Maybe it'll get better. Okay, the 8th song is called Fireside. Let's just jump in. I can't be arsed talking. And now what are they doing? They're she-wopping in the background there. Might as well do a doo-wop. Oh, God. See what I stopped listening to? This is not even close to the band that I fucking fell in love with years ago. Like, I don't mind change, but this much of a change, and in this direction. I mean, I don't even know what they're trying to sound like. It's just kind of jumbled and all sorts. And if you take too much from different fucking genres and bands, you just end up with this mess. This multi-personality album where nobody can listen to it from beginning to end because there's going to be stuff in there that you don't like because it's borrowing from too much. And I'm starting to hear that the writing's going down as well. That whole memory lane fucking bit. Ooh. That maybe douche chill. Like, oh god. I've heard that shit so many times for other songs, but well better written. I wasn't supposed to drink today, but fuck it. I'm gonna have to. Okay, that's the song finished. Yeah. Another dud in my opinion. Writing wasn't good, music wasn't good, melody wasn't good, nothing about that was enjoyable. Backing vocals were annoying again. Alex Turner sounded like he was recording that in his bedroom, falling asleep. It didn't even have a nice guitar riff in there or solo. There was no aspect of Arctic Monkeys that I like in that fucking Arctic Monkeys song. So, no. That's a big fat fucking fail. Fuck off Fireside, you won't be listened to again. Next song, Why'd You Only Call Me When You're High? I've heard this song. I think it's alright, if I remember. I don't think it's as good as Do I Want to Know, but it's pretty decent. I'm actually glad to hear this generic drum beat again. See, it's very subtle what they do in this song. It sounds like there's not much going on, and really there isn't. It's very simple, very basic, but it fucking works. It has this upbeat melody in there. There's this nice little tempo pattern in there. Also has a nice string instrument, just barely being in the focus, but it's there. And even though there's less going on in this song than all the previous songs, or at least the last 3 or 4, it's still somehow better. Isn't that strange? Maybe because Alex actually sounds like he's enjoying the song that he's performing right now. Maybe because there's meaning to it, rather than it just being generic 70s references. See, there was nothing amazing about that, there was nothing special, but it was perfectly timed, well placed, and it elevated the song. That's all it needs. There was way too much going on in the previous songs and going different directions. It just wasn't interesting. This is relatable. Leopard coats and snakeskin boots. No, I don't give a shit. So Why'd You Only Call Me When You're High? Good song, finally. Straight up good song, not pretty good, not saved by the skin of its teeth. Good song, start to finish, good song. Problem with this album, first song, good. 9th song is the next good one. Snap out of it. Maybe this will snap me out of my fucking fury. Oh well, let's give it a listen. Again, I've not heard this song, so it's probably going to be a bad song, because only the songs I've heard haven't been any good. It stopped raining. Woohoo! What can I say about that one? I don't know. Had an upbeat feel, I guess, but I didn't care for it. Again, forgettable tune. And again, sounds familiar. I can't think of anything else to say about this song. Just forgettable. Move on. Right, penultimate song is Knee Socks. We're nearly at the end of this. Yeah, we're near the end, so that's something to look forward to. Anyway, never heard this song, so let's give it a listen.
You were trying not to lie. You were a stranger in my phone book. I was acting like I knew, 'cause I had nothing to lose. Never stopped you letting me get hold of the sweet spot that was screwing me. For me, could have been a teen peach, how I'm a king and queen seat. Like the beginning of Main Street, you could be my baby. You and me could have been a teen peach, I'm a king and queen seat. Like the beginning of Main Street, you could be my baby.
That took me out the song. If I was in the song at all, but still. That bridge was terrible. Knee Socks. Mentioned Mean Streets. Is that a reference to the film or just literally Mean Streets? I don't know. Some of these songs get so boring I can't even pay attention to the lyrics anymore. Cough, Drop, Coloured Tongue had me wince. Yeah. Sounded okay at times, but overall pretty forgettable again. Wouldn't listen to it again. Let's move on. Oh, we're on the final song. Oh, happy days. I Want to Be Yours. Let's quickly go through this. Maybe the lyrics will be better. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, God. Oh, God. Puddles out there are deeper than these lyrics. Fuck me. This is the worst written song I've heard from Alex. Is this a joke? Do people listen to this and take it seriously? This is like a fucking joke. This whole album a fucking parody, and I thought it was a serious one. Oh, God. That song was fucking dreadful. That was the worst song, I think. Well, worst written song, definitely. That should have ended with Alex just saying, I'm sorry for making you sit through that. I had no song left, and the studio made me quickly write another song. I had no choice, so I just went, fuck it, and wrote the shittiest thing in hopes that they wouldn't have it, but they went, fuck you, we'll take it anyway. And we're embarrassed by it. Apologies to the listeners. That's how that song should have ended. I want to be a vacuum cleaner. Raining again. God is crying. My Spinal Tap albums have more fucking emotional, heartbreaking songs than this. Awful end to a pretty forgettable, dare I say, awful album. Is it worse than Suck It and See and Humbug? I think it's on par. It's again another album where there's a couple of okay songs in there. Albeit these ones are probably better than the okay songs in the previous albums, but the rest is fucking forgettable and shitty and half-arsed. But this one doesn't know where the fuck it's going. I think that's my biggest problem with it. Or one of the biggest problems with it, at least, is, yeah, it doesn't know which direction to go in. It's almost like a kid with ADD that was heavily inspired by lots of different sounds, decided, I'm going to make an album, and you know what I love? I love hip-hop, I love psychedelic rock, I love blues, I like ballads. I'm just going to mash it all up into a ball, throw it at the wall, and see what sticks. And the problem is, most of it ended up on the floor. The soundscape is all over the place. It's not consistent. It's almost like listening to a best-of album. Yeah, it's the same band, but yeah, it's throughout different periods of time. This is when they were into this, and this is when they were into that. So for this to be one solid album, recorded in the same studio, doesn't make sense to me. And to have 12 songs, and for me to be confidently say I like 2 of them, does not make a good album. And this terrifies me, because I wasn't going to react to this album, actually. Initially, I was going to listen to Casino-Based Hotel, whatever the fuck it's called. Because I was like, I've not heard that album. But then realised, wait, I've not actually heard AM. AM's the better one from the reviews I've read and heard and from what my friends have said. So I was like, let's do AM first. Let's ease into it. But after being really disappointed with this piece of shit album, there's no way I'm going to listen to Tranquility Base Hotel Casino. I think that's what it's called. Did I nail it? I think I nailed it. Because I think I can tell which direction Alex Turner's going. It sounds like he wants to be... He's going in like, I want to be David Bowie. But you're not David Bowie. You'll never be David Bowie. There is no David Bowie anymore. That was a star that passed and is gone, sadly. And you're not replacing that star. So if I didn't like what was on AM, I'm not going to like when you're trying to be a poor man's Bowie, am I? So this is where the divisive line is, you know. Is it stick with the old sound? Or evolve? Like, you can please your core audience and still evolve. You just have to keep that sound, or an element of that sound, something. There's not much in this album that was in their original album, in their debut. The cheeky witticisms are not in here. The raw garage sound of the instrument is not in here. Even the crisp production from Favourite Worst Nightmare isn't here, because some of this, like I said, the soundscape is off. Even that doesn't work. It just sounded like too many people had too many different ideas and they just threw it all in. And so, yeah, we get this mess that is AM. and I'm not a fan. And I don't think I'll listen to this album again. I'll probably listen to the couple of songs that I liked, because I've heard them before and I'll continue to like them, but this album is a disaster. It's hard to get through, and my voice is starting to go. So, yeah. And I can understand, maybe if you were young, that you like this album, or, young and going through something. Maybe that's why it resonates with you. But as an adult man in his 30s, no. There are far superior albums out there. If you want to listen to an album about love and heartbreak, yeah, there's far better albums out there. Alex Turner himself has written far better songs. Teenage Alex Turner has written far better songs. Stick to your roots, people. Be you. All that passion that they had playing in, where are they from? Are they from Leeds or Sheffield? I can't remember. I want to say Sheffield. But they were probably writing songs in their mate's garage. And just having the enthusiasm to be in a band and produce music and write songs. That's gone. And clearly Alex Turner probably wrote this in LA with a piano in some mansion with a fucking pool view. And that's why this is this dreary, nonsensical album. And that means nothing to the main fan base. Sure, it's probably brought in a new audience with the sounds, but I'm just speaking from someone that liked Arctic Monkeys from the beginning. Yeah, very disappointing. I'm not going to listen to this album again. Just like Suck It and See and Humbug, does nothing for me really. I always think of their first two albums, and I think that's it. Their discography, in my mind, starts with whatever people say, and that's what Martin ends with Favourite Worst Nightmare. So I'm just not interested in anything else. I could give their last album a try, but I have a feeling I won't like it. Anyway. Hope you've liked this reaction, because I haven't. Sorry, I can only work with the material I have. I wasn't entertained, so it's hard to be entertaining. But, I'm Metal Manny. I want to be your vacuum cleaner.